Please save me. Oh, hello there, and welcome back to the Fantasy Workshop. This video is going to be a little bit shorter, and it has to do with the fact that I've been super busy with building my business, making products, trying to find customers, etc, etc. But it shouldn't stop me from also building my fantasy workshop and showing the results to you. These videos, I'm thinking, should maybe be a little bit more vlog style, so they don't necessarily have a final result, but they're all focused on the big goal of me building the fantasy workshop. So, with that being said, I'll now show you the video. For this video, I want to focus on this area. And that is going to include another workbench. I also want to include the Meadow into it. Now this workbench is going to be a similar design as the previous one, but this time I'm going to build it out of scraps. But it's a freaking mess. So let me give you a quick time lapse of me cleaning that, which is probably going to take me a very long time. I mentioned quickly before that this workbench will be made entirely out of scraps. And when I say entirely, I mean 100%, even the screws. And this is perfect because it cost me about 7 times less than the previous workbenches. But first I had to disassemble a whole lot of things and find the right scraps to use. And that's all the legs to the correct size, waiting to be glued up. I really enjoy working with scraps of wood because I know I don't have to buy new wood. I'm not using more resources. I get to use what's already there, so that's good. Gonna glue up the legs now. That's the legs glued up. And now it's time for the spacers, bracers. I don't know, I said some weird things in the last video. The things that go in between the legs. These are the scraps that I have for the spacers. And the overall dimensions of the workbench is going to be determined by the shortest piece of scrap. Gotta cut these to size then. Everything is cut to size. That was super fast. Now it's time to attach them to the legs. I think the legs are dry now. So let's do that. Here we go again, talking about attaching the legs. But I still need to do the detail with the routing. So I'm going to do this first. That's one done. Now the other one. And the second one is done as well. The floor is a little bit uneven, so I have to find the perfect place so they are balanced and even. But now it's time to make the tabletop for them so I can measure exactly how high the miter saw has to go. And for that I got this big workbench. There's pretty nice sheets of plywood on the side that I want to take out, and then I want to use them for the top here. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I also decided to fortify these a little bit because they are going to be the heavy load workbenches. Now it's time for the tops. That's looking pretty good, and I made it flush here so that when I add the lower bit, well, it should all be flush. And that is what it is. So now I'm going to do the same for the other one. Okay, I got the plywood top for both of the workbenches on now. And the next step is going to be a sheet of MDF. Now what I should have done is cut this a little bit too big and then cut it in one go with the MDF. But I guess now I will cut the MDF a little bit bigger and then go past it with the router. Also, the MDF is super duper heavy, so now you can watch me struggle. Oops, something fell. Let me put you back. I really hoped this piece would be big enough for the two workbenches, but as you can see it is just a little bit short on both sides. Frustrating. I think I'm gonna go with it anyways and leave a little bit at the back where there's no MDF, and I will come up with a solution to fill that gap, because otherwise I'll be wasting too much MDF and I think that's a shame. So much for cutting it oversized. Tabletop is now flush, so it's time to attach it with some screws from the bottom. This is very uncomfortable. We only chill in here. It is sort of unofficially becoming the theme of this video. But that's one done, and I'm gonna do the other one. second one is also done. Trust me, it took about an hour to get these at the same level. Give or take about 1 millimeter. And with the floor being so crooked here, I think I did a pretty good job. Now it's time to build the Meadow station that will go in between. Put some extra supports in that I can actually attach the miner saw to. And now for the moment of truth. Did I measure correctly? Let's see. Pretty good. And pretty good. Pretty amazing. This works perfect, so it's time to attach it to the workbench. The bolts are actually not long enough, so I need to go to the hardware store and get some new bolts. But I will do that another time. Oh yeah, the workbenches are done. I actually have a couple of other ideas for this workbench, but I don't know if it's going to be in this video. Who knows? One of them is I want to make some details in the corners, because it's just not whimsical enough. Another one is I want to have big drawers in here, and I want them to be like these old wooden crates. If I can put them on rails, it should give me a lot of storage. And speaking of storage, the next step is to build really big storage there and here, and I want to build it in this type of old pharmacy style. I don't know what you call it, but it's in the concept, so I know what to do. And I think that's also going to be made out of scraps, like this entire workbench. So let me find what I have wood-wise, and then I can start measuring and planning out the storage. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. And I will see you in the next video.